What's going on, people? Oh, what's up? What is going on, people? Hope everybody's having a good day. Bear with me a moment. Let me get this shared out to a couple places. I'm just going to chat with you guys for a little while. Um, I'm trying not to grind too much work related stuff today. I'm trying to take a little bit of a break today because I'll be going all weekend for a show, and then as soon as I get back next weekend, I'll be packing and shipping out Psycho Sal, um, issue number 9 Kickstarter stuff. So bear with me. Hope everybody's having a good day though. Um, but yeah, I'm just sharing this out. All right. What's up, Cameron? What's up, Michael? Hope everybody's doing good. Oh man, I've got most of my bag packed. Um, so Andrea and I leave early in the morning because I think it's like a 7-hour drive from here. And we still have to get there in time to set up and everything. So, yeah, it's going to be a long drive. Um, it's so I wanted to talk about, um, some of the projects that's going on right now. So, Psycho Sal, let's see where we're at. Um, Psycho Sal Omnibus Collector's Edition. Um, for those that may not know what that is, Psycho Sal's my creator-owned comic. It's about a serial killer in New Orleans in the 1980s. It's a 9-issue series. Issue number 9 is complete. It ships out to fans this coming week. We launched the Psycho Sal Omnibus Collector's Edition, which has all 9 books in it. We've got 14 days on it. We are not far from the $7,000 stretch goal. So, help us out, get that shared for us. Like I said, we are not far from that. And at 8,000, every single book gets signed for free. At 9,000, every single book omnibus gets a baller painted headshot remark on it, $70 value by itself. Um, yep. Awesome. Yeah, I put it in the mail about an hour or so ago, maybe 2 hours ago. But yeah, so we've got that Kickstarter that's going on right now. I can't stress that one enough, guys. that's the entire collector's edition of all 9 books in this one oversized omnibus, 210 plus pages. This thing is going to be a lot of fun. Don't miss out on it, guys. You know, it's one of those types of books that you, once you start reading it, you will not be able to put it down. And you know, that's not just me saying that. That's been notoriously what the fans have said. And so we're at 66.77. We only have 14 days to go. We actually only have 46 backers. Um, Normally around this time, we would be somewhere around 80 to 100 backers. So there's still a lot of people that hasn't seen this because Facebook algorithm is garbage. Matter of fact, I just had someone message me this morning saying that they appreciated me sending them a PM on Facebook, letting them know the Kickstarter was active because they hadn't even seen the Kickstarter. So, you know, the algorithm's garbage on Facebook. But yeah, make sure you guys check it out because, like I said, I can't stress it enough on this Kickstarter because when the Kickstarter, see right now on the Kickstarter, we have the regular cover, trade dress, omnibus, softback for $40. We have the blood cover softback for $60. And then we have the regular cover hardback for $80. And we have the blood hardback for $100. When this Kickstarter ends in, what was it, 14 days or whatever, the only version of this omnibus I will have on my table at shows or on my website is this softback regular trade dress version. And it will not be $40, guys, on my table or on my website. It will be an $80 omnibus because it's 9 books on the inside. This is a special price I gave just for the Psycho Sal fans that have been supporting the Kickstarter from day one and after. You know, you get to get this $80 book for $40. You know, all of these prices are 50% off. Which I'm not going to be carrying any of the others. You know, but if I did, I mean, this omnibus would be a $200 omnibus almost for the blood cover. The regular one would be $150, you know, omnibus. So I can't stress it enough, guys. You know, jump on here, grab the goodies. You know, we've got sketch options on here. We've got the lovers bundle because we launched this on February the 14th. Someone's already purchased the original 11 by 17 pencils for the cover. But the original 11 by 17 inks for this cover is still available for a stupidly good price. I sell my other Psycho Sal covers for $700 a pop, and I've sold several of them. So I've got it at $600 on here, but it includes a softback copy of the omnibus. So you get the $40 book for free for buying the original art. But yeah, we've already unlocked the $2,000 stretch goal, the 4,000. We just unlocked the 6,000 yesterday. So we're so close to the matching mini print, the blood cover companion mini print for the regular one at 7,000. But yeah, at 8,000, all of your physical copies get signed for free. At 9,000, all of your physical copies get a baller painted remark on them. Again, that's a $70 value by itself. If we hit 10K, every single physical backer gets a metal version of the Psycho Sal bookmark. At 12K, every single physical backer gets a 3-inch keychain with the cover logo in it. At 15K, we unlock 2 stretch goals. Every single physical backer gets the 9-inch sticker of Psycho Sal. And if you back the Kickstarter by $150 or more, every single physical backer gets the original logo design t-shirt for free. That's a $40 t-shirt by itself. So guys, I can't stress it enough. Jump over there, grab some goodies. I do have the pay over time option turned on. So make sure you take advantage of that. Because if you spend $125 or more, they take whatever your total is, they divide it into 3 payments, and you pay the first payment the day the Kickstarter ends. Then 30 days later, you pay the second payment. Then 30 days after that, you pay your third and final payment for your order. So take advantage of that. It's an extremely useful tool. Um, so go check that out. Uh, yeah, it's so sad. Um, yeah, I'm doing everything I can. And like I said, there's so much going on and people follow so many artists and creators. The algorithm just needs to work. The algorithm just needs to do what it's supposed to do. Taggings don't work half the time. I heavily promote and people still don't see it. And so it's Facebook should be doing it's what it's supposed to do. There's a reason there's a follow and an unfollow button. There's a reason there's a notifications bar. Hell, like I said the other day, I've got times where I'll get notifications where people commented on one of my posts, and it's from 3 days ago. So yeah, people do need to kind of pay attention a little bit to the fans they really follow. But again, people are busy. I get that people can't babysit Facebook all the time or babysit people all the time. I get that. But if the algorithm would just work, I mean, again, that's why you have a follow button. When there's 2,000 people in a group that they chose to join, and you're only seeing 20 or 30 people interacting with a post or seeing a post, because I can see how many people see a post that they physically clicked on that post, whether they hit the like button or not, whether they commented or not. I can still see how many people looked at that post. But when you have 2,000 people that's in a private group or a public group, and they chose to be there and they're not seeing the post, that's bullshit. Like, I kind of get not seeing it on your news feed because you got 3,000 other people's news feed that's flying by on yours where they're posting stuff. I get that. But when it's a group, that's insane that the stuff's not working. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong now. I mean, when people miss out on stuff, I used to feel real bad about it. I hate they missed out on something because I tend to do really big things when I do stuff. I do over the top stretch goals on Kickstarters. I do stupidly affordable prices on Kickstarters. I do these big sales like the 60% off original published cover art on my website right now. I do these several times a year, and a lot of people miss out on it. People miss out on the mystery boxes I do. There's nothing I can do about it. So I can't worry about it. I can't feel bad about it. I hate they missed it, but I can't sit around and just go, oh shit, I can't, because again, people can also choose to go look at the page on when they get on their phone and see, because you may not see it on your page, but if you physically go to my group or go to my art page or go to my personal page, you're going to see it posted there, even if you have to dig a little bit. So yeah, I can't really feel too bad about it. I'll get messages all the time. Oh my God, do you have any more of those mystery boxes? I just now saw the post, and the post was a month ago, and I'm like, no, they're gone. I mean, but again, there are people not seeing this stuff who are hardcore fans, who buy everything I do, who support the Kickstarters. So the algorithm is not showing shit unless you're paying for the advertisement type spots. So, like I said, I've got hardcore fans that don't even get a notification when I go live. It's insane how terrible the whole platform is, which is why pretty much everybody went to Whatnot. We talked about that. That's the main reason, because Whatnot's not, as of right now, they're not doing, advertisers. So they're not having to worry about trying to push advertisers out in front of everybody's posts. Because I mean, like when I look at my news feed, I'll see one or two people but then it's all the rest of it's advertisements. I mean, it's all advertising. Now, to be fair, Facebook did add a new tab at the bottom of your phone, the little people tab. So if you click on the little people tab at the bottom of your phone, up at the top, it'll say requests, pokes, birthdays, your friends. And if you click on the your friends tab, um, you'll see everybody that's on your friends list. But just clicking on the people thing, at the bottom, and then you can scroll, and the only thing it's showing you are the people that's on your friends list. So there's not really any advertisements there. Like I'm looking through it right now. All I'm seeing is people I know. So, like I said, you don't have to concentrate on just your main Facebook feed that has the little house button beside it. That's all kinds of random shit. Lots of it's advertisements. But on the bottom of your phone, if you click the little people tab, when you click on the little people tab and scroll up, all you're seeing now is the people that's on your friends list and the stuff they post. So I'm just saying, that's a great way to see what's going on. I mean, I'm seeing all types of people on my friends list with that tab. So they're really, even though notifications aren't really working that well, taggings aren't working that well, you have to choose to look. So, someone, I got a message from someone a little while back talking about they missed out on something. And I'm like, man, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. You got to pay more attention. I mean, I promote heavy. So, and I even, special message some of you hardcore fans when I see you haven't really chimed in on something or bought something and you're someone who normally does. I'll send a private message to people and say, hey, this thing's about to expire or this thing is active. Make sure you go check it out. And then, of course, if they don't want to, that's okay. But I did my part. I kept them in the loop. Now, I can't do that with, 3,000 plus people on Facebook and another 2,000 or whatever on Instagram and then whatever on TikTok. I can't do that for everybody. I can't even do it for all the hardcores. I'd be sitting here sending private messages all day. So like I said, I post in 4 areas: art page, personal page, private art group, public art group. You just got to pay attention. So like I said, don't get mad at me about missing out on stuff or frustrated with me because you didn't see this sale or that sale. I did the best I could. And I also sent out an email on the website. Hopefully you're subscribed to it. Surprisingly, there's only like 300 and around 350 people subscribed to the website. There's almost 10,000 of you that are supposedly followers of mine that support my work. But yet we only have like right at 350 people that are subscribed to the website. And, we can't make people go subscribe. I don't know why they don't. The people will subscribe to some of the dumbest shit in the world, and then not subscribe to indie creators. But it's the same shit. People will share the dumbest shit in the world. I don't know how many times I've seen people share political bullshit or religious stuff or island boy bullshit or some other idiot on social media, but they won't share the people they know who has a small business or is a comic artist or creator. I don't get it. I don't get it. But make sure you guys do, though. Make sure you guys check out the Kickstarter. Make sure you pay attention to the pages, because I randomly go live and do giveaways. I do raffles and I do pre-sales for people. And so all kinds of stuff. So right now we have the Rise of the Mummy pre-sale. The post is on my page somewhere, or you can go to Realistic Comic Books with Nicholas and grab a copy. That pre-sale ends in 2 days on the midnight of the 22nd. So we can put the order in for the books. If you haven't grabbed it, go grab a copy of that exclusive artwork by David Gerard, Jared, and Dan Kemp did the colors. Also, make sure you check out Path of the Pale Rider Kickstarter is active right now. I've got 3 covers on that Kickstarter. I've got 2 covers for the issue number 8, the burlesque dancer, both naughty and nice. And then I've got a relaunch cover for issue number 2. So make sure you check that out on the Kickstarter. And don't forget that Omni Servo number 2. So Omnia Servo number 2 is active right now on Kickstarter. That is my cover I did for Mike Harris and his project. So make sure you go check that out. The links are on the post on Facebook that gives you all that information. So, you know, like I said, I understand we got a lot going on. And then, of course, you know, I leave tomorrow morning for Texoma Comic Con in Durant, Oklahoma. Andrew and I will be there tomorrow through Sunday. The event is Saturday, Sunday, but of course I got to go in tomorrow for the travel and set up my table and all that stuff. And then of course the month of March, super busy. Our first weekend of March, I will be in San Antonio, Texas, at Big Texas Terror. A huge thing. Thank you to Garrett and them for bringing me out to that show. Then the next weekend, the following weekend, I will be at Fan Expo Cleveland in Cleveland, Ohio for that. Huge thank you to Kevin Boyd for bringing me out to that show. And then the third weekend of March, I will be down in MegaCon Orlando. So I'll be in Orlando, Florida for MegaCon. And then the last weekend of the month, I will be back in San Antonio for Mockingbird Lane. And of course, a huge thank you to the promoters of Mockingbird for bringing me out as a guest invite for that show. Yep, Tales of the Ferryman launch soon. Psycho Sound number 9 Kickstarter stuff starts shipping on Tuesday. So I'm super happy to get that stuff out the door to all the fans who supported issue number 9's Kickstarter. Cannot wait to get those in everybody's hands. I haven't even sent out the digital copies for that book because I wanted to make sure nobody spoiled that book for anybody who bought the hard copies. What's up, Daniel? Yep. I will be in San Antonio twice in 1 month. So that'll be a fun one. But yeah, definitely go check out the website though. 60% off sale on all original published cover art. That is something you never see from the majority of artists. Most professional artists never do that. I haven't done one of those in a long time, so I figured I would. I think I did like a 40% off at one point on stuff on the website. But I think this is the first time I've ever done a 60% off on original published cover art. So go grab you one, you know, and check that out. But yeah, San Antonio, 2 weekends in March. Yeah, B. James, a good one. Yeah, the Path of the Pale Rider is a really good indie book. And there's some of this shit I don't get. I just saw one book that people are posting about and buying that is trash. And I know it's trash because I've seen the book. A very good friend of mine who's very open-minded about books. He likes all kinds of stuff. Read it and he said it's trash. I'm not going to promote the book. I'm not going to mention the book, but it's being posted right now, shared around to a few places. Florida something book. I'm not going to name the rest of it or promote it because it's pure trash. It's trash. The artwork is trash. The writing is trash. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand what is going on with the populace of comic books right now. I don't know if it's just people sharing shit because they know the people, and that's what I really think it is. When I see these posts of a book that just out of nowhere somebody posts and say, "Oh my God, this book is hot. You need to go get it." I think it's just bullshit. I think it's someone that knows that person or that artist or that writer or that whatever, and they're just trying to build up false hype because it had like I said, like I'm very open about comics. You know, I'm very open about artwork. I'm very open about writing. I read a little bit of everything, just like my buddy. And he sent me some screenshots of that book. And he said, "Hey, I want you to look at this book." He was like, local comic shop has it. He had 3 people that ordered it. 3 people in his comic shop. And he looked at it, and and like I said, this is somebody that collects all types of stuff and reads all types of stuff. So very open-minded about it. And he sent me screenshots of the cover, the interiors, and it's trash. It is trash. And then he said he read it, and he said it's terrible. He said it's pathetic. He's like, the writing is just hot trash, and I don't get it. And I understand that art is subjective, stories are subjective, character concepts and what stuff about is objective. I completely get that, but I don't. And you know, and the sad thing is, I don't know why you guys still have not learned to stop paying $50 and $80 for damn books on day one. That's not the real values of these books. They're not. They're 1,000 print run books, 500 print run books, 3,000 print run Marvels. The shit's not low print runs. It's not hot. It's just all the flippers went and bought it, and they resold it to you for 3 times what they paid for it. And then you're buying it because, you know, because it starts out, they go buy it for cover price. They buy every copy because it's a new #1. That's the theme. They buy the book because it's a new #1, and it's a 500 print run Image. It's a 1,000 print run DC. It's a 3,000 minimum print run. And that's for the variants. That's the books that actually printed for cover A's that went to comic shops. You're talking 10,000 copies. It's not rare. It's just all the flippers go and buy the book for cover price. Then they slap it on their live shows, their whatnot, their eBay live, their eBay store, etc. for $40 and $50. Then you, because you're scared you're going to miss out on the next Send My Kids to College book, you go and buy it for, you see the hype and the money people making. So you go spend the $40 or $50 to buy the book from them. And then you turn around and resell, you know, a handful of copies for 80 and 100. It's not real value. It's been proven to us month in and month out for 8 years at least, that these books come out the gate swinging, and 6 months later they're in $20, $10 buy it now bins. Hell, you can get some of them #1 slabbed for fucking $50, the price it costs to slab the book. So y'all got to stop. You got to stop buying into this stupid shit. You are wasting your money. Wait 6 months and you can get that same new #1 for cover, you know, for a little more than cover price. You don't need to buy it on day one. It's not the next Walking Dead. It's not the next anything. Now, like I said, they've done this time and time and time and time again for 8 years. I mean, you can count on one hand the amount of comics that came out swinging on day one that stayed relatively higher than $50, you know, a year later or 2 years later. I mean, again, you can count it on one damn hand. So, yeah, I don't know why people keep falling for this. There are so many flippers, so many resellers. They're buying these books. They go down to the comic shop. They snap up all 5 or 10 issues that the comic shop has on their shelf for cover price. They immediately go to their car. They take pictures and they put it on their damn, you know, eBay store or whatever for, you know, $30, $40. and then y'all thinking you missed out, you run and grab it from them for $30 or $40. So you buy, if you can get all 5 copies they have for $40 or $50 a piece, you do it because you see, oh, it's so hot. And then you keep 1 copy, and then you slap the other ones on your eBay store or your whatnot for $70, $80, $90. And it's just bullshit, false hype. I mean, it's the same concept of back during COVID when everybody was getting all that free money. Golden Age books started being bought like crazy. And I owned them. So this isn't, oh, you didn't have one, so that's why, you're upset. No, I owned Hulk 181 during COVID. I watched, because of COVID, it spiked from a 6.5 slabbed blue label Hulk 181 spiked from a $2,800 book to an $8,000 book during COVID. About a year after COVID, when everybody didn't have that money no more, it went back down. Now you can get that same blue label slabbed Hulk 181 for around $3 grand, $3,200. But it was spiked to $8 grand because everybody and their mama was using their $600 a week free money to buy all these COVIDs, because a lot of people were still working during COVID, and they were taking that free money and buying this shit. So you see what happened even with Golden Age. It spiked and then it plummeted. Same concept right now. They've proven this pattern to us for 8 years. And I'm saying 8 years because I've been in the business 8 years and I've seen this go on ever since then. 500 print runs are not rare. 1,000 print run is not rare. 3,000 print run are not rare. Those variants are not rare. 8,000, 10,000, 20,000 cover A's and cover B's that go to comic shop orders from the FOC is not rare. It's just you have tons of flippers that are showing up on day one when as soon as the doors open and snatching every copy off the shelf because it's the new #1. Y'all got to stop falling for this shit. You are wasting money. Like I said, they've proven it to us. They have proven it for 8 years. And again, this ain't got shit to do with, oh, well, you don't have a copy. That's why you're, it bothers you. I don't collect comics, so it doesn't affect me one way or another. I just don't like seeing fans get conned into false value from the people selling them the books. If it had been traditional, nothing but fans showed up and bought all those books, then we would have a legit kind of value. But it's not. It's resellers, and I'm not trying to bash resellers. I can't blame them for making the money, but it creates a false narrative of value. And that's why the majority of these books you see this happen on, 6 months later, a year later, people are selling them for $10 and $20. And I know that for a fact, again, because we can see the books. If you guys are in here and you're trying to talk, you have to have a Facebook account. So, a YouTube account. So it's free. In order to chat, because I'm live on YouTube, you'll need to go to YouTube, create a YouTube account, and then you can talk in the comments. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I just don't see your comments if you're trying to talk, and if it won't let you, that's why. Just don't do it. If you guys would stop paying these $30, $40, $50, $80 for these books that are huge print runs, the flippers will stop doing it. They'll buy them for cover price, and they'll sell them for $10, or they'll sell them for $15. The normal type of flipping. But you guys are you're feeding into it like cattle. Stop being that way. Save your money. These books are not, they're not anything that's going to put anybody through college. So, stop trying to jump on this weird bandwagon. Oh shit, if I don't buy it for $50, I'm not going to get a copy. Yeah, you will. Like I said, you can count on one hand the amount of books that spiked in the first week or so of a release that has stayed relatively at a decent value, that didn't plummet to a $10 or $20 book a year later. But I'm not shitting you. You can count it on one hand. You can count it on less than one hand. Uh, so, you know, stop letting people manipulate you. You know, it's just there's nothing worse than overpaying for shit and then watching it plummet later. And again, we've watched that for 8 years. Oh, let's see. But yeah, we got a whole lot of stuff going on, man. Lots of projects that are active, lots of upcoming projects, lots of shows. This is going to be a busy year. I mean, this is just February the 19th. And I personally, I've already done what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 or 6 covers. That you guys haven't even seen yet. That'll be launching soon on Kickstarter and stuff like that. It's going to be a busy year, man. Yeah, this is going to be a busy year. Also, don't forget on the Kickstarter, we do have the new logo design PsychoSal t-shirt in the add-on section. So be sure to grab you one of the t-shirts. If we manage to hit the 15K and the physical backers that get the old school logo design t-shirt for free, you'll get both t-shirts, obviously. But yeah, go grab you a PsychoSal t-shirt. Cursed Moonlight t-shirts on there also. And these are beautifully done t-shirts, high quality, breathable, pre-shrunk. They're great t-shirts. So make sure you guys go check those out. Let's see what else we got going on. The order for the new Batman metal print design is going in soon, along with the new Ghost Rider metal print design. Those pre-orders are pretty much wrapped up, so those will be going in for order soon. And as soon as I have them back in from the printer, I will let you guys know, of course, and get them shipped out to the people who did the pre-sales. But yeah, make sure you guys jump over and back to Kickstarter. We want to try to get that to at least the 9K range, and technically we're not that far away, but this is a short Kickstarter. It's only 20 days, and we only have 14 days left. So make sure you guys jump over there and grab your favorite cover, whether it's the standard version or the blood cover. I like the blood cover myself. I love the way these blood covers look. But yeah, make sure you guys jump over there and do that. Man, we got like 4 people in here, but hell, nobody's talking. Where is everybody? What you guys doing? I mean, I know it's midday, but I just needed to take a break. I ate some lunch. I slept a little better last night. I woke up a few times, woke up again at 4:30, but I forced my ass to lay there and go back to sleep, and then I woke up at 6:30. So a little bit better. But I still feel drained. You know, I've been doing juicing the last couple of mornings, trying to get a few more, kind of cleanse my system a little bit. So I've been doing some juicing in the mornings instead of what I normally eat for breakfast. So, hey, Michael, let me ask you a question. Since you paint vehicles, this day and age, is it cheaper for, like, I've got a 2003 Yukon, very nice Yukon. fully loaded. It's a Yukon XL, third row, full power, sunroof, aftermarket 22-inch wheels and tires on it, aftermarket sound system throughout. I love my Yukon. It's got the LS motor in it. But I hate the fact that it's white. Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look terrible white, especially because it's got blacked out windows and everything, and the rest of the trim, matches all that scenario. It's got, blacked out tail lights and things like that. But anyway, I don't like white, which I've got the truck for sale, so I guess I shouldn't really worry about it. But is it just cheaper to paint a damn car these days than to wrap one? Because there at first, I don't know what happened. On average, if you have someone paint a vehicle, do a color change, even if, let's say, they're not doing, under the hood or door jambs, it's just an exterior color change. A good paint job on something that size, usually around $8,000. Like you're changing it to black or a dark gray or something like that. It's usually around $8,000 for the full job. When wrapping first came out, it was like, like $5,000, $4,000 to have a vehicle that size wrapped in a different color. I contacted a wrap place a couple years ago because I was wanting to change before I thought about selling the truck. I was going to wrap it and change the color. Their damn wrap job, and I called a few wrap places. It was almost the same price as painting a car. And I'm sitting here going, how the hell did you go up on prices for wrapping cars? I don't know what's going on, man, because around here, like when I contacted some of the wrapping companies, dude, they were wanting $7,000 to $8,000 to wrap that Yukon. And I'm sitting here going, hell no, there's no way. Hell no. Because I could, like you said, $8,000 to $12,000, and that's doing it right. I could get it fully painted for $8,000. Yeah, that shocked the shit out of me when I was doing. I was like, no. Hell, they're charging like $4,000 to $5,000 to wrap a little 4-door car. Like a little Honda or a CRV or something like that. I'm like, no, hell no. That's what I'm thinking. Wrapping today, with the materials being better, the convenience being easier, because it is easier. Like I watched tons of YouTube videos about wrapping cars. Shit, you got people with no wrapping experience wrapping cars, wrapping cars today should be like $2,500 or $3,000 for a SUV. Yeah, there ain't no damn way. If they are, they're stupid. Yeah, I agree. When those people told me that, I think the cheapest one I found around here for wrapping that Yukon was like $5,000. And I'm still not paying that. Because I used to paint cars. Well, let me rephrase that. I can paint cars. I've done it. I used to airbrush, murals on vehicles. But I've painted a few of my vehicles in the past too. Sanded it, painted it, primed it, the whole 9 yards. So I know the work that goes into it, the taping off and all of that, the prepping, after it's painted, all the wets. I know the process. And I'm sitting here looking at, at all the way wrapping is now versus to what it was, 8 or 10 years ago. The materials are better. They're easier to use. They're a bit more forgiving on mistakes and things like that. So it's gotten easier to wrap the same vehicles. It's gotten more cost effective to wrap the same vehicles. So when like I said, the lowest one I found around here was like $5,000, and I was like, no, shit, $3,000 more, I can get a professional, proper, legit paint job. So shit. Yeah, it was. I was like, it just blew my mind. I was like, there's no way in hell wrapping is almost as expensive as painting a car. Because there's not a lot of prep work to wrapping. There really isn't. Washing the car, cleaning the car, prepping it like that. Painting a car is a whole different damn ball game. You're having to remove everything. You're having to tape everything. You're having to sand and block everything. You're having to prime it. Then you're having to sand and block the primer. Then you're painting the car, and you're having to layer that on a few layers. Then you're having to clear coat it. I'm like, wrapping is just wrapping. Now I could kind of see, wrapping costing, $6, $7, $8,000 if you're wrapping in an exotic. I can get that. I don't necessarily think that, other than the word exotic being mixed into it, is that big a deal. Because I've airbrushed on exotics, and I didn't charge people more money to paint an exotic. I mean, I've airbrushed Lamborghini hoods. I've airbrushed, classic, 60 model Corvettes, fucking $200,000 cars, and, $300,000 Lambos and shit like that. And my airbrush price was the same price. I didn't give a shit what car it was, because you can't get in your head about that. For those that may not know, you don't want to get in your head that you're airbrushing on, $300,000 or $400,000 or even $500,000 car. That you can't be thinking about it like that. You just got to be thinking it's a hood. It's a hood. So I didn't alter prices, because you start, and for me personally, if you start altering prices, now it's in your head, oh, that's an exotic. And I've learned, the more paranoid you become about making a mistake, you're going to make a mistake. So when you treat it, so when I, because I put my best foot forward on anything I was airbrushing, I gave my best. So whether I was airbrushing a 90s S10 hood, or a $250,000 exotic, I treated them the same way, with the approach and the work and everything, so that way it stayed, quality wise, on top tier. But yeah, so I never tried to think too much about the car, I mean, I've airbrushed, gas tanks on, $100,000 Harleys, so you can't get caught in that headspace of, this is a rare car, or this is, if I screw this hood up, now it's going to cost $30,000 to fix it. So but and I'm sure these guys who wrap cars, they probably do the same thing. So it kind of blows my mind if they charge more to do an exotic. I think a lot of times people charge more because they know that person has more money. And I get it, because there ain't no difference between painting an exotic than painting, Jim Bob's S10 that he takes to the racetrack every weekend. There ain't no difference. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right. Have a good one, Daniel. Yep. When you start thinking about, the material, the project you're working on, and you're making that the priority, oh shit, I can't screw up. I can't screw up. This is a $300,000 car. I can't screw up. You're gonna screw up. So you can't approach it that way for sure. You just got to approach it as, I'm painting another hood. um, that's why I like, that's why I won't paint when I used to do airbrushing on vehicles. Um, I would never paint with the item on the vehicle. Like, I don't want the vehicle, you know what I'm saying? So in my shop, when somebody wanted to do a hood, or somebody wanted to do a trunk lid, or someone wanted to do a door, um, I would have them take it off and bring it to me. I didn't even want the car in my shop. Um, Leave the car parked in your garage, bring me the hood. Because I don't want to see the car. You know, if you're just looking at a hood, which 90% of what I did was hoods. Very few people, even though that was the height of the Fast and the Furious, when that first movie came out, it was kind of the height of drag racing and street racing. You know, that's where everybody was wanting airbrush work done on their cars. The 99% of the time, it was hoods. That's where the majority of the work was done. Very seldom you saw anybody wanting an entire vehicle done. Very few people wanted trunk lids done. It was almost always hoods. So I just tell them, hey, pull the hood off, bring me the hood, because I just don't want to look at the car. I mean, I don't want the vehicle in my shop anyway, because I don't want to deal with any type of something happening. You know, so the hood, you know, was the easiest thing to do. But all right, so I guess I'm going to get off here. We've been live almost an hour. I just kind of wanted to talk about those projects a little bit because I'm not going to get to talk about it anymore this weekend. Humana. Let's see. Man, somebody go grab the original inks to the damn Cycle Sound Omnibus. The original pencils are already gone. Somebody already grabbed those. Somebody go grab this off the Kickstarter. If you've already backed the Kickstarter and you want this, just go to your Kickstarter, click Manage Pledge, and just remove what you had on there if you have one of the Omnibus already, and then grab this because it comes with a free copy of the softback Omnibus. So, and guys, I sell my Cycle Sound covers for $800 a pop. Well, $7 most time. But I usually have them posted for $8. Most of the time somebody will offer me $7 and I'll go, okay, sure, no problem. So I always up it a little for wiggle room. But yeah, like go grab one, guys. And you know, this is, in my personal opinion, this is hands down probably my favorite cover I've done. I super love this cover. I love the way Dave Kemp did the colors on it. I mean, I love how this cover came out. But yeah, somebody go grab this. It's $600 on the Kickstarter. It comes with a $40 copy of the softback version of the Omnibus. It's a great investment. Use your pay over time option. They'll split that into 3 payments. $200 the day the Kickstarter ends, $200 30 days later, $200 30 days after that. Guys, I can't stress this enough. If you're collecting art, when you see sales happening for original published work, whether it's an up and coming professional or someone that's been in the business 20, 30 years, if you see those types of things go up for sale for a stupidly fair price, grab them, because you will never, ever, ever lose value in original published work, especially cover work. So jump over there, grab it. It doesn't matter really who the artist is, whether it's up and comer or a seasoned vet. You'll never lose that investment. So take advantage when you see us doing these sales and stuff, especially when you have the advantage to use pay over time on Kickstarter, or you have the advantage to use Klarna or Afterpay or any of these payment plan options on our websites. Take advantage, guys. You're not going to lose money there. And especially in that scenario, thank you, Michael. You know, somebody already grabbed the original pencils, so get the inks, because that's just as valuable, and that will be a beautiful piece to display on your wall as a collector. Collecting comics is great. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's very volatile right now, unless you're getting legitimately low print run stuff, you know, less than, you know, 50 in the world, or, you know, 30 in the world, or less than 100. That's real rare. You know, 500 plus really isn't that rare. So that's why the prices are kind of like this all the time. But you won't see that on original published cover art. So take advantage when you see us doing sales or great prices. Take advantage of the pay over time options. Take advantage of the Klarna, the Afterpay things to make payments. It's a great tool to get really cool things for your collection. So, but I'm going to get off here, guys. I'm going to get back to work. I do have some stuff I need to get done today. And then, like I said, I leave first thing in the morning. Andrea and I are heading to Durant, Oklahoma for Texoma Comic-Con. So if you're near Durant, come out and check that out. I promise you, you won't regret it. Chris and Kimberly puts on a badass Comic-Con. It's 80s themed this year. So there's people there from, Polar Express, and people there from the Warriors. I mean, not the Warriors, the Outsiders, and bunch of other stuff. So make sure you guys come check that out. You too, Michael, Cameron. You guys have a great day. Go back to Kickstarter for Psycho Sal Omnibus Collector's Edition. If you have not, guys, help us hit that 9K. I really want to do some free baller painted remarks on these books, man. So help us get the 9K. Share it out if you haven't, but damn sure back it if you haven't. All 9 issues in one oversized omnibus, 210 plus pages. The book is like 10.5 inches tall by like 7 inches wide, both softback and hardback versions. So go grab it, guys. I don't want to see you having to pay $80 for the omnibus after the Kickstarter's ends because you didn't back it. Because right now it's $40 for the regular softback. On my website and my table, it shows it will be an $80 book. Anyway, thank you guys who have backed it so far. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the shares and everything else. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Take care, guys.